I remember when they announced that they were going to be doing this Detective Pikachu movie, the Pokemon movie. And I remember saying, okay, it might do all right. And the trailers were cute. I love, obviously, Ryan Reynolds is my good Canadian kid. Really excited about that. I think the trailers kind of look sort of adorable. But there were a lot of people who were absolutely convinced, like thought I was certifiably insane when I said I did not think there was no way that Detective Pikachu movie was going to make $1 billion. People said, John, you don't understand. It is the #1 entertainment IP in the world. And they weren't wrong. It was. I don't know if it still is. Maybe it is. But it absolutely at the time was like the #1 recognizable entertainment IP in the world and all that kind of stuff. But just because it does that doesn't mean it's going to be huge. The movie came out and it was okay. I thought it was all right. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I didn't think it was great. And it did okay at the box office. Taylor, you can pull up for me the box office numbers that the first Detective Pikachu did. But I remember it did well. You know, it didn't blow the doors off the bank or anything, but it did well. And there's been a lot of discussion, talk about a new Detective Pikachu coming. And what did it make?
So worldwide, Detective Pikachu made $433 million.
$433 million. That's not bad. Mm-hmm. It's a far cry from $1 billion, but that ain't bad. It's better than Black Adam. So, I mean, I don't know why Black Adam has suddenly become the standard by which we measure everything. I don't know why I do that.
It's not
I'm
as bad.
I just, for the record, I liked Black Adam, so whatever. But I mean, so they were talking about they were going to be doing another one, which was a little bit surprising, again, because the first Detective Pikachu didn't blow the doors off, but successful enough. Well, everything is moving forward, and we've got a director. According to Deadline, Jonathan Krysell has been tapped to direct Pokemon Detective Pikachu sequel at Legendary Pictures. Now, in case some of you are out there saying, who the living F is Jonathan Krysell? You're not alone, because Jonathan Krysell has never directed anything. He is primarily a producer and a writer and things like that. And if we go over to my screen here for a second, we see that he has written some things. He's written Moonbase 8, which I'm not familiar with. He wrote Baskets. He was a writer on Baskets, which I thought Baskets was actually pretty good. He was one of the co-creators of Portlandia.
Oh, I love Portlandia.
Portlandia is fantastic. It's really good. I never followed the Tim and Eric Awesome Show stuff, but he wrote some with that. He wrote on the Kroll Show. He was a writer on Saturday Night Live for at least a year. Some Funny or Die Presents. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And now, before anybody gets too worried, listen, directors got to start somewhere. And the only thing I get nervous about personally is when they try to tap a first-time director to direct a blockbuster tentpole kind of film. Like, I remember when they were talking about, oh damn, who's the name of the guy again? He wrote a lot of comic book stuff. He directed X-Men, Dark Phoenix.
Kinberg?
Simon Kinberg. Thank you, Ray. Ray pulling out the information when you need it most. Simon Kinberg, so that's why I was really concerned, because X-Men is a bigger movie property than Pokemon is. Uh-huh. And so when they were announcing that they were going to have Simon Kinberg, who had never directed anything, that was a bit of a red flag. It's like, say, come on, get Simon to direct something smaller first. And but you know what, Detective? This is coming off a film that made $400-something million. This isn't a $1 billion franchise. Maybe this ain't a bad movie to cut your teeth on, especially if he's got that humor and that stylings and all that kind of stuff. So maybe it's not bad. Look, would I have been a little bit more confident if we had heard that, I don't know, some little bit more experienced of a director was taking the helm on this thing? Sure. But again, this is one of those movies, maybe at the higher end, that I think it isn't a bad one for a first-time director to cut their teeth on and show what they can do. So I, for one, am looking forward to seeing this. Again, I didn't love the first one, but I did like it. And I'm going to be curious to see how this one shakes out. Did any of you guys, well, Taylor, I'm going to go out on a wild limb here and guess that you saw. Mm-hmm. Did you like Pokemon. The first Detective Pikachu?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I'm hoping they bring everybody back, though, because I want Ryan Reynolds back. I want to have Justice Smith. I love Justice Smith, so I'm hoping he returns.
He's got Dungeons and Dragons coming out at the end of the month, too.
I'm hoping he blows up because he deserves it. He's a great actor, and, he was in the Jurassic World franchise. He's in this.
He wasn't so great in the Jurassic World franchise, but I I don't blame him for that.
And then Catherine Newton, who was just in Quantumania, I really like her in Freaky, so I'm hoping she gets another good role with this movie. I'm excited to see Detective Pikachu come back.
You know, a funny story about Simon Kinberg. We were in line for Force Friday at Toys R Us.
That's right.
Before Force Awakens. And he was like right in front of us. And that was a sign already that he wasn't fit for X-Men because both him and I came out empty-handed. We didn't get anything. Everything was sold out. So if he was a better director, he would have gotten a handful of Star Wars stuff. But if me and him left the store with nothing in our hands because we couldn't get anything, then yeah, that should have told everybody not to get him for X-Men. That's my logic right there. It makes total sense. Everyone feels me. That's it.
And it wasn't by coincidence that we were in line with Simon Kinberg there, because Simon was with our buddy Kyle Newman, who's been on our show a couple of times. Of course, he's directed Fanboys, and he directed the latest One Up.
And the one guy that was in your documentary,
Adrian Scarrett, producer Adrian Scarrett was also there. Yeah, we had arranged to meet up with them there, and they knew Simon Kinberg, and they were in line with them. Yeah,
and Seth Green was there, but
Yes,
he
he
was
was.
smart. He came out with a whole bunch of stuff. Like he was actually in line earlier than us. So
Which one was this?
this was the one in Burbank, the one next
Man,
to.
the stars came out.
yeah, they were all there
Yeah.
in line for what was the date? Star Wars Monday or
It was Force Friday.
Force Friday. That was what it was called.
right before Force Awakens came out. My favorite Star Wars movie, by the way.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Detective Pikachu, the sequel, is moving forward, and they've even got themselves a director. Granted, a director who's never directed anything before, but he's got some pretty solid writing titles on his stuff there. I think this is a perfectly fine movie for a first-time director to direct. Maybe you don't feel the same. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I made the switch over to Mint Mobile a while ago. The process couldn't have been easier, and I can't believe that I am spending less than a third of what I was spending on one of the other major carriers before. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.